What's on, where, and when. It's the Talk of Nelson. NBS Talk Nelson.
At NBS, we believe in banking for life. For over 160 years, we've been a trusted banking provider for generations of locals like you. We know our clients personally and build long-term relationships with them, offering flexibility by giving our staff freedom to make quick decisions to put them first. Experience banking for life with NBS.
Welcome to the Bay's Joinery Football Focus, your prime source for all things football on the top of the South. I'm Chris Butler. Alongside me, my co-host Ryan Skippy Stewart. G'day, Skippy. Good to have you back. And a very warm welcome back to Paul Brydon, PB. We've missed you, mate.
We have. Well, actually, I'll tell you what, son, I snuck in. I'm actually not allowed in Stoke.
Oh, wait. If you had like an official ban.
I have to go to the Bishopdale service station, Caldex, and get a green card to get into Stoke. So,
is that right?
Yeah.
Officially.
I'm allowed on the motorway to get to work, but that's about it.
Geez.
So no, it's good to be back, son.
Yeah, nice to have you here.
Yeah.
A big shout out to our naming rights sponsor, Bay's Joinery, George Molnar and the team for all your joinery needs, and also the Turf Hotel. And on at the Turf Hotel this week, Friday night, we've got DJ Tripper, Saturday night Kick, live music, and on Sunday, a meat raffle, $2,000 worth of meat. How's that? That'd be a good roast. And 6 p.m. tonight, it's the Hot Wing Challenge. And actually, Stan's going to kick things off. You must come down for that, Skippy. So will he make the wall of flame or the wall of shame? So he's got to eat a kg of extra hot wings, and apparently he's flying somewhere tomorrow.
Well, you're opening tomorrow morning. Well, you wouldn't want to sit on next to him on the plane, would you?
That's right. Especially when you need to go and they
could go
can't get it
up there, son.
That's right.
DJ Tripper. Well,
yeah.
I used to have a DJ at Molly's called DJ Tripper. I reckon it's him. Ask Stan if his name's Kahu Brennan. He was DJ Tripper.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll check him out. So that's tonight, the Hot Wing Challenge, 6 p.m. So come down and check out Stan's attempt. In today's episode, we're diving deep into senior men and women's local premiership, the Southern League, both men and women, and updates on the international football, the latest from New Zealand football, and of course, the premiership. And also the championship, because Leeds, we'll get an update from you, Brodie, how that's going. The senior football update brought to you by Sheehan Financial, KiwiSaver Insurance and Financial Planning, Nelson Pine Senior Women's Premiership, and results from last week. Geez, Hothouse crowd of Richmond Foxes 10-2 against the Motueka Angels. The Nelson Suburbs Reserves 5-1 against Brigham Fern-Tahuna Breakers. Nelson Suburbs Swans 5-1 against the Nelson Diamonds. And the Golden Bay Shield Maidens still on a winning streak, 4-2 over the Mapua Cougars. So they're on a bit of a run at the moment.
Well, the Foxes, they actually played with 7 or 8 at one stage because not were that bad.
Jeez.
Because my daughter plays for the Foxes. God bless my soul. She left FC and she's out there, and they went out there, and of course Motueka were poor. So they actually gave them a couple of their players, and then they were dropping off, sort of thing. So
right.
It could have been a lot worse than 10-2, son. But
you know, the thing about the Motueka Angels is I never hear when we do this they've defaulted.
No.
So the thing about them is that they're keen to get out there and give it a crack.
No one should default.
No.
Ever.
Yeah.
But,
it is disheartening if you're losing every week. But, the only way to improve is to keep playing, isn't it? So,
and they'll be hoping, again, as we said, that I think it's one round and then it's going to split into 2 leagues.
Right.
So they'll be getting through these rounds and then looking forward to that split in the league, I would say.
Who's coaching Richmond Foxes? Do you know? Good question.
Joe McIntyre, but he's actually going overseas, and Michaela, can't remember his second name, she's taking over the side. But
right.
Yeah, my daughter's gone out there. She's not a bad player, Casey, and she said it's really good. good
Oh.
environment. They're quite a good side. So I imagine in that league it'd be the Foxes and the Suburbs Reserves would be the two teams to beat. Obviously, Golden Bay Girls are doing all right.
Yeah,
and,
aren't they?
they're a young team actually. I saw them last week they're actually in two farms. I don't know how they got in there because they're really young, but
Oh well,
don't mean none of them are over 18, but that's okay. They had a bowl of fries and
maybe there was a guardian and some food.
Yeah.
So maybe they got away with it that way.
That's it.
The draw for this weekend, the Golden Bay Shield Maidens taking on the Swans at Takaga. So Skippy, you picking that one?
Again, Golden Bay are usually a young side as well. But again, the Swans they've been really good. As I said last week, they've got about 20 down at training. They've got quite a competitive squad, and yeah, I know they've got a few away this weekend. But yeah, I think that'll be a really good game.
Not calling it.
I'd say the Swans will win, just on experience. Yeah.
Motueka Angels taking on Nelson Suburbs Reserves, so doesn't get any easier for the Motueka Angels.
No, they want to try and bring the pitch in a bit, make sure the grass is long, and
Yes.
get a dodgy ref. But even that won't help them. I can't see them winning that. I don't know. But you know,
So you're picking the reserves then?
I would imagine Suburbs Women's Reserves. It's well, you got depth out there, haven't you? You got the mainland girls, and you got this team. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of talent there. So yeah, nothing against Motueka. They'll do their
No,
best.
go the Angels. I'm
Yeah.
picking the Angels
Oh,
this year. So
on you,
all the weight behind the Angels this year. So I'll have to need to get me a T-shirt. Sprig and Fern Tahuna Breakers taking on the Mapua Cougars. That should be quite a good
Be a
game.
good game, I think. That'll be tight. Yeah. I'd say that will be. I'm going to pick a draw in that
A
one.
draw.
We'll go 2-2.
All right. Get Cars FC Nelson Diamonds versus Hot House Richmond Foxes. Now, normally that was the clash of the Titans, but it's been a bit of a struggle at FC with the women's teams this year, Bridie.
Well, look, as I said to TJ at the end of last season, you need to fill the boxes as you go along. Like, because we had two teams last year.
Yes.
Sasha had that second team, and Matt had the first team, but they didn't. Matt only wanted one team, and of course, Sasha said, "Well, we'll organise these girls," but there was supposed to be two leagues, so they had a bit of a clash. So Matt's chucked it in, Sasha's walked away. So at the 4 weeks before the season start, they had no one.
Yeah.
And but they managed to rally together. Got I can't remember his name now. He actually works at one of the kindergartens in town as a cook, Spanish lad, and they pulled some girls in and obviously put their hand out to other clubs. Look, we want to participate. So I think the first week they lost 6-0. Last week they lost 5-1. So yeah, look, they're participating. A club of our size should have a women's team because a lot of them left and they've gone to Tahuna. You see, that's where they've all gone. But I can't see them getting much out of the Foxes this weekend.
At the Botanics.
No, that's the Centre of New Zealand. Great little setup there. But it is a small pitch, but
Yes.
no, Foxes should win that quite easily.
All right. Nelson Pine Men's Premiership Division 1. Rangers 2-1 over Smith & Sons Richmond. So a lot closer than potentially people were talking about. But, Paul Brocky said that there's a good young side out there and potentially room for improvement. Sprig and Fern Tahuna going down 3-2 to the Golden Bay Mountain Goats. So great win by the Goats there. Nelson Suburbs Reserves, is that correct? Drawing with Motueka?
It was 10-0.
Someone's taken the
Someone's taken the
one off the zero.
Yeah. 10-0.
That was on the website. It was 0-0. So obviously someone hasn't hit the one button.
No.
Okay, all right, that's a bit different. And FC Nelson 2 over FC Nelson Karenni in the derby. So we'll talk about that game. Bridie, how did that go for you? So Stewie picked the Karenni last week after seeing them perform against Richmond, thought they were a good side, but obviously your boys did the job.
Yeah, well, no, the Karenni are quite good. They are lacking a few numbers, like Van Roland suspended, so he can't play. They haven't got the depth what they normally have, but look, they're quite a good side. But you just got to. They're a short passing sort of team, they sort of like to get it and move it around. But yeah, to be honest, last week they came out and they looked like they set up. I was looking there and they were playing 5-4-1 or something, and it's like, well, straight away they parked the bus against us, and then they couldn't get out of their own half. But then Pon was late, one of their key players, and he turned up. He'd been to a wedding, so he came on after about half an hour. But even then, he's up front. He's up against Billy, Scott, and Toto.
Yeah, he's not going to win too much there, is he?
Not against those two. And but we had the graph for it, and then I think we got a header just before half time. Billy Scott from the corner, and then second half, TJ, lovely ball from Jermaine. TJ finished it off, but we probably missed 2 or 3 at the end of the day. But it was a lot better than the week before because Turner was a bit scratchy. Didn't think we had the balance right that day, but last week was a lot better. So we got the 3 points. But look, they'll take points off teams, I think, because just the way they play, and they're good athletes, and they love their football, those boys. But I just think they just lack a wee bit of structure and maybe at a Darvel there, or someone coaching them, and just instead of LeBou, I'm not saying LeBou can't do it, or the other guy, but if they had someone there just organising them a wee bit more, they'd be a lot better, I think.
The draw this week, it's a bit light, and I didn't pick up, actually, it's a Chatham Cup round. So there is one game on Saturday, 3:00, the Golden Bay Mountain Goats at home to FC Karini. So they've got to pick themselves up after that and take themselves over the hill to take on the Goats. So that's not going to be an easy match for Karini.
No. Well, that won't be easy. But Golden Bay, or young Jay Anderson's playing for them, because Rob and his wife have moved over there for the year. So, and Jay was home a while ago, and he said they've actually got a good bunch of guys over there. They obviously train hard. But look, Karini get it right. They should win that. But it's sort of
different over the hill, isn't it?
That's it. That's how you feel when you get there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, it's a funny pitch because they play out the back, and it's sort of like you got the rugby field, and it's over the back, and it's got a bit of a bank. If you get a bit of rain, not we had much, it can get really soaked, that pitch, but we've had no rain lately, so it should be a dry pitch. So I'm actually picking Karini to win that, to be fair.
So do we know any Chatham Cup games locally?
FC have got Motueka.
Yeah.
And I think Mapua Rangers have got Richmond. I think that's the two.
And is that on Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, good luck to those teams. And we'll talk about those results next week. And as the draw thins out, we'll know where we're heading.
Because we're supposed to be playing Rangers, I think, this week.
Yeah.
Right.
That was you were nearly positive.
Yeah. So those games have been transferred to
Queen's birthday.
Yeah, I say Queen's birthday weekend.
So King's birthday, whatever. Yeah.
King's,
that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Prince Charlie, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's King Charlie now.
God bless her soul.
I know.
But
the Southern League women and Kashmir Technical had a bye. Universities of Canterbury proving to be quite strong in that league. 3-1 over NW United. Horswell United over Selwyn 1-0. And Nelson Suburbs, have to say, probably a good result. Skippy over Coastal, because
I was at the game.
Strong.
I was at the game. I stayed down in Christchurch and watched it, and the girls were fantastic. And I think Geezer and Phil, the coaches, will be a little bit upset because I think they dominated the whole second half and probably should have won that. But again, missed a few chances later on. But brilliant result for them. Puts them in a good spot now to, if they can beat Universities this weekend, then they should qualify for the Southern League, which would be fantastic.
Yeah. So these are just qualifying games, aren't they, again? So how does that work? They're just so
top 3 goes automatically through, and then the 4th place playoff against Dunedin.
Oh, okay.
Their 4th place. I think that's what it is this year.
And I think
changed slightly.
The universities are sitting on top, but Nelson Suburbs is sitting 3rd at the moment.
Yeah, so this Sunday's a big game for them. They've got unis at home. So
Jeez.
They'll be hoping to get the win because that'll put them in a really good spot. Really good spot.
So the key players there, I see Lara Tutty left the Foxes to go there.
Yeah, Lara's done really well. It was the first time. It's the first time I got to watch them at the weekend. Lara did really, really well in midfield. Young Emily Lyre's gone from MC. She unfortunately got injured, but has been really good in the other games. Gina's back.
Yeah,
Gina Gross, now Horn, is back, and she adds a little bit of experience. And they've got a few girls that have sort of turned up. Jill Morgan, centre forward, who coaches our girls' academy, she's doing well as well. And they've got Tessa Hyland coming back from the States next week. Wow! So she'll come in and add a bit of depth. So they're looking good, and hopefully we can qualify. So. It's cheaper if we qualify. It goes cost equalisation. So if we qualify, we need to qualify. So
these girls have been driving the Christchurch target.
Yeah, they have to in this league. We went out to all the clubs in mainland about doing cost equalisation for the Nelson team to be part of it, and it got voted against. So we didn't.
Of course it did.
Yeah, so we didn't get it for the qualifying league, but we do get it if we qualify for the Southern League, which will be good.
Good luck to the girls. All right, going to be a big game. The draw. Okay, so NW United have the bye. Cashmere Technical taking on Horswell United. So Cashmere be quite strong there. They've had a week off, haven't they, Skibby?
Yeah, they're a top side. I can see that being very one-sided.
Coastal Spirit taking on Selwyn, and they'll be looking to bounce back against a draw. And Selwyn going down to Horswell. So, I don't know, Bridie, what do you reckon? Coastal there, probably?
Coastal and I'm not sure. So is University. Be a tough ask for the girls there, but you never know. NW United,
So that's Nomads and Wymack.
Okay,
they merged together, but they didn't have the numbers, so they approached Mainland and they've okayed it to have another team in the league. So
now the big match is on Sunday. It's at 10:15. Geez, early kickoff. Is that right?
it's because it's a double header because we play after them.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So universities are traveling up on the Saturday.
Right.
They're going to play early Sunday morning.
So basically, you've got to take Sunday off completely.
It's a big day, yeah.
There'll be barbecue down there. I'm sure there'll be a banger or two.
Yep.
Down at the park. So that's your breakfast. You've all got to come down and support the girls against University of Canterbury, because if they get the win, they qualify.
Very close to qualify. Yeah.
Yeah, very close to qualifying.
100%.
So we need a big crowd down there to support them. So make sure you get down there on Sunday, 10:15. Kick-off, Southern League men and Universities of Canterbury and Nelson. 1-0 win, mate.
Yeah. Absolute burglary, to be honest. They were the better team. We did.
Were they?
Yeah, we didn't get started on Saturday. We were a bit off it. We can use that we were delayed for 3.5 hours at the airport, but yeah, we were nowhere near where we.
Yeah, that
doesn't help.
Doesn't help, mate. I've done it before.
Yeah, we were
sitting on your bum all day, and then you got to go and run around for 90 minutes.
So
your legs go.
Yeah, and we'll take it. It should, as I said last week, we've sort of shown that games we probably would have lost in the past that we're grinding them out. So we trained last night. Everyone has trained well, and yeah, we'll be a lot better on Sunday, I would say.
Christchurch United 5-0 over Dunedin City Royals. Cash Tech 4-2 over Selwyn. Nomads going down 4-0 to Coastal Spirit. And Ferrymead 3-0 against FC. So FC 20 maybe found some legs there.
Yep.
After getting a bit of a hammering in more recent terms. The draw this weekend, we've got Dunedin City Royals and University. So yeah, that'd be a bit of a mixed bag, wouldn't it? That one,
yeah,
it'd be hard to call.
Interesting game, that one.
So what are we picking there?
I think the Royals are due one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think the Royals might win that one.
Well, they should be a strong side. They're the only team from Dunedin in the league, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they are. Yeah, you're right.
They should be, like, really, really strong down there. They should hold the cards there and get everyone there playing there. So
FC 2011 taking on Christchurch United.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll move on.
I think that one picked itself.
It might be a cricket score. Selwyn United versus Nomads.
Good game. Team that's very strong and physical against a young side that likes to play football. So, yeah, Nomads are a good side. Matt, the coach, he does a great job there with the young lads. And yeah, if Selwyn let them play, then Nomads could win that one. But if Selwyn come out and be as dominant as they can be, that it makes for a really good matchup. Really good matchup.
Coastal Spirit taking on Ferrymead Bays. So, geez, another good matchup too.
Good round.
Both are actually travelling quite well. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. Coastal are going well.
Well, I watched Coastal play these boys. When was it? Was that the only home game?
Second round, yeah.
And I see they had Red Straw at the back. They were a couple of big lads at the back, but they were tidy. In fact, first half, to be fair, they hit the post 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, they did.
And it was quite funny. I thought second half, these boys played a lot better. And then all of a sudden, they were 3-1 down. Coastal, these boys are tracking well. I expect them to actually make top 2 this year. They've got a lot more depth this year. So,
well, let's talk about the next game.
It's a tough league because you've got to go to Christchurch. That's the only problem. It's
That's right. But it's on Sunday, 12:45 p.m. kickoff. Another reason to be down there because the boys are travelling quite well, and it's a big game against Cashmere. I don't know. I've got a sneaking suspicion that Cashmere Tech aren't quite as strong as they were last year. Do you think so?
They've lost a couple. They've still got the key ones. Again, they've added Matt Todd-Smith from Nelson, who's a top player. He's in there now. They've added Benjamin Lapsley from Christchurch United, who won the league with them last year. So they've brought players in. I just think it's a new team, so it's taken them a wee while to gel. But yeah, again, as I spoke to Brady before, I think every team in this league's beatable
Mm.
on your day. So we have to give a best account of ourselves and make sure that we're up for it. We just got to keep who I think is probably the best player at this level in the country, Garvin O'Coughlin. We need to keep him quiet. He's a good player, and if we can keep him quiet, we'll go a long way in doing well on Sunday.
Okay, so going in with confidence, Skippy.
Yeah, on our day, I think we can compete with every team in the league. So yeah, hopefully the boys can get up for it and we train well tomorrow. And yeah, as long as we give the best account of ourselves, that's all we can ask. And hopefully the result's a good one.
12:45 Sunday, Nelson Suburbs, Kashmir Tech. Be there, and let's see if we can get a couple of wins for the Blues in the Southern League overseas. And it was the quarterfinals, and now hang on, my eyesight. Dorman doing it over at Atletico Madrid. PSG doing it over Barcelona. Arsenal going down to Bayern, and my favourite, sorry Phil, Man City. The triple will not happen.
Yeah,
This season, losing on penalties.
some average penalties in that. Did you see them, Brady?
Yeah, terrible.
Did you see the one down the middle?
Yeah, just
I would have killed him.
honestly, pick a spot and
Oh, would have
Just-
killed him.
you know,
Champions League
yeah,
quarter final, you're doing that.
at that level. But
He just sort of handed it to him, didn't he? Just sort of like, here's the ball.
You got to
Right
make
in the
them work.
chest.
You got to make it keep it work. As Brady said, you pick your spot and you put your laces through it.
yeah,
But
just
yeah, that was an interesting decision.
Maybe trying to be too clever and then change his mind, you know.
Mm.
well, if you look at Cole Palmer, for example, I don't.
Hmm.
He takes him for Chelsea.
Yeah.
He always hits it to his right. He's left-footed. The keeper's knows he's going there. He very rarely changes it, does he?
Yep.
And he just picks it, buries it, hits it hard. Well, the keeper can't get it.
Hmm.
That's it. So that's what you do. But there are no English teams in it this year, so not good for teams like Tottenham, who, you know, if we had other England teams in it, of course, the top 5 might make them to Europe.
Extra
but-
spot, yeah.
extra spot. So that's not going to happen now with Arsenal and Man City. Yeah, Real Madrid. Yeah. It is what it is. You can't do much about it. They're all tough games, those one.
Yeah, Wednesday, 1st of May, Bayern taking on Real Madrid in the first leg.
Huge.
That'll be a great game. That'll be a huge game. And then on Thursday, 2nd of May, Dortmund taking on PSG. So, yeah.
PSG, Real Madrid final. Mbappe's last game
Yeah.
against his new team. I think it's set up for it, to be honest.
Mm.
There you go. Skibby's called it. Phoenix, well, it's not entirely going according to plan. I did watch that game, but Wellington drawing 1-1 with Newcastle Jets, but it was kind of like a slow start. Newcastle sort of having the better of the first part of the game, but then once Wellington Phoenix went 1-0 down, they went, hang on, and they really put the afterburners on, but they just could not get the ball in the back of the net. And finally they did, but it was after God knows how many shots.
Well, it doesn't help when your captain, Rufer, misses a penalty in the last minute.
Well, yeah, that didn't
So-
help either.
But
Yeah.
no, they should have won that game.
Yeah.
And I just see this week, they've already sent the trophy over. The minor premiership trophy's been sent to Wellington. So what could happen if all that's got to happen is the Phoenix beat Macarthur this weekend and Central Coast lose at Newcastle and they've won it.
But why are they sending it over here?
Well, because that could happen this weekend because Central Coast have got Newcastle away. So if they lose that,
Oh, I see. So it's still all on if Coastal.
if Central Coast lose to Newcastle and the Phoenix beat Macarthur, they've won it. They'll be 4 points
But
clear.
what happens if Coastal win?
It's not Coastal, it's Central Coast.
Central Coast. Sorry.
Yeah.
You've said that 3 times now.
That's why I need him, you see.
Yeah.
but I mean, that's
I'd love to see Coastal Spirit in it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What a group. Hey,
Amazing. It'd be really good.
hey, the money they're spending, they probably should be in there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. That was just my nickname for them. That's all. Central Coast, if they win,
Yes, they'll have to go and Phoenix win. They'll be a point behind, but they've got the game in hand against
they got the
Adelaide.
game in hand.
Yeah. So that could,
But it could happen.
so what they've
Could.
done, the A-League has said, well, it could actually, they could lose to Newcastle. And then, so with the trophies in Wellington, just in case that happens. Do you understand, Christopher?
I've got that now.
He's got his head around it, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't. I've just come out of it.
But look, honestly, I honestly, I've been impressed with the Phoenix this year. The
Yeah.
old coach, the chief. Honestly, mate, they
Oh,
play.
yes.
Done some job.
And I tell you what amazes me. I look at the odds on the game. Most games, the Phoenix are never favourites.
No, that's right.
PAD ought to
Yeah.
pick the other team, but
Yeah.
and they keep on winning. They keep on
Yeah.
winning. But look, they're solid at the back. I've been really impressed with Sermon. I think he's a young boy from Selwyn.
Yeah, Selwyn, yeah. He played against us a few years ago.
Scotty
Yeah.
Wootton, what a great defender. And Tim Payne, he's a revelation. I didn't even actually used to rate him when he played National League for Eastern Suburbs.
Yeah.
He's been at the Phoenix. He's been fantastic.
He has. He's come a long way.
And, and I've had very little injuries apart from the big fella up top. And that's always helps. And I just love guys like Ben Old and Oscar Van Allen, the young boys come on, add real spice and speed to the attack. And they're well organised. No, honestly, it's just a pity we can't get bigger crowds there for them.
So is a big fella, he's back. He'll be back against McCarthy.
Well, they're saying he could be, yeah.
No, he's available. He
available?
was on radio this morning stating he said I could play 90 minutes this week.
Right, well, there you go.
Whether the coach plays him for 90,
Yeah.
I don't know. The other lads have been doing well up front. Davey Ball's still putting himself about.
Yeah.
But look, they've got a chance of winning this.
Yeah.
But
Well, no one will want to come to Wellington.
no.
Not in the semis. I don't think anyone will want to come and play here.
And apparently the tickets are out already. Brocky was saying that
Yes, for the May one.
get if you haven't booked, it might be sold out already. But so for the first semi-final, so they're all going up. So there is a crew from Nelson going up. So make sure you get your tickets. Okay, so Premier League and let's look at the draw, and then we can always refer back to the results. But we've got Luton taking on Brentford, Sheffield United take on Burnley, Wolves taking on. No, is that the right? Didn't Arsenal beat Wolves?
You haven't got the results here. Brentford beat Luton away 5-1.
That's right.
Burnley beat Sheffield United 4-1.
Yeah, that's right.
Arsenal
Yeah,
beat Wolves 2-0. Everton beat Forest 2-0. Palace hammered West Ham. Villa beat Bournemouth, and Liverpool beat Fulham. So if you look at
that's right. So the
29.
next one is
The one below.
Yeah,
we already know Arsenal and Chelsea, which is 5-0. So
they're a disgrace.
yeah,
Chelsea.
which surprised me because
Pochettino must be honestly pulling his hair out. He's come in and done this job. He's inherited with
An absolute squad of
Yeah.
all bashed from all the different coaches that
Yeah.
have just been bashed together as a football side, and
hard team to manage.
he needs a clear out,
Yeah.
massive clear out.
but they, not leading into the last couple of games, Chelsea were starting to rise, weren't they? They were starting to do all right. Palmer was putting
Mate,
a few
they-
away.
Like Leeds should have beaten them in the FA Cup, son. No, they've been hit and miss all year. Honestly, they've been so inconsistent. And it's I said just give you how do you manage a team like that? And he's got a lot of injuries as well. He's got a lot of key players out, and they still can't get it right. But turning up this morning 5-0 at Arsenal.
Yeah, it's bad. London derby as well.
Where's the guts? Come on, lads.
Wolves versus Bournemouth, and then we've got Crystal Palace and Newcastle. Crystal Palace had a good win, 5-2 over West Ham last week. Man United versus Sheffield, Everton and Liverpool. Everton had a win. They're just fighting for their lives at the moment. Geez, imagine that. They lose all those points and they still survive.
Yeah.
Geez, talk about a story of survival for Everton. And then Brighton versus Man City. Now, that was going to be an interesting game, isn't it?
Yeah, it used to be, but Brighton have sort of gone off the boil a bit. They're not as strong as they used to be.
No, and he tries to play a bit, that Brighton lad, and that's where they get caught. I think when Potter was there, they're a bit more, there was a bit more solid about them. But because there's Werder talking, what's his name?
Zabala, Zabili.
He might be going to Liverpool, but I doubt
Nah,
it.
I wouldn't.
Who's the Porto coach?
Amaran.
They're talking about him going to
The
Liverpool.
Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon.
Oh,
no?
is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amaran.
Yeah.
But I seen today, before it came out, the Feyenoord coach is now the favourite.
Really?
Never heard of him.
Is he Dutch?
Yes,
Don't hire him.
I'm thinking. Well, if he's like Ten Hag,
Well,
then
yeah.
definitely don't want him anywhere near.
Well, you
it,
name a good Dutch manager apart from Cruyff.
That's true.
Honestly.
They'll get sacked.
Who's that ugly guy that used to have that
Van Gaal.
hopeless?
Yeah, he got
Ten
sacked.
Hag hopeless.
He got sacked.
Freaking Ruud Gillett couldn't coach.
Koeman got sacked.
Hopeless.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't get me wrong. I've got nothing against the Dutch.
Yeah.
They're all going to turn up in orange.
Yeah.
And they're going to
I don't-
lynch you,
I've
mate.
got nothing. Oh, mate. I've got nothing. I love the people. I'm just saying.
Just saying, who else got
They're a good football side.
Van Bronckhorst, he was at Rangers, he got sacked.
Yeah.
So I'm just
telling
naming
you,
them all.
I'm telling you, they're a good football side.
They can win in
can't-
Holland, though.
They can't manage. Yeah.
They win in
I'm
Holland.
telling you.
I'm staying well clear of that. I can see Van Gaal.
But yeah, Holland-
no doubt.
Holland, my favourites to win the Euros.
There you go. There's a saviour. Okay, so the points table. Arsenal sitting on top on 77. However, they're a game ahead. Liverpool,
Well, Man
game
City's
in
got-
hand.
Man City's got 2 games. In
And Man City's got 2 games.
Oh, it's because they had the FA Cup, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, you still fancy Man City.
Their game in hand, they've got one against Spurs, don't they?
Yeah.
They've got Spurs as well. Yeah.
But Spurs has gone off the boil.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for results.
Big Ange doesn't look well, does he?
Who's that?
Big Ange.
Oh,
I saw
Big
him after
Ange.
against.
Looks a bit
I
stressed.
saw him after against Newcastle. He was
Looks a bit
sweating.
stressed.
He was sweating. His chin was hanging down here, and he looked like he hadn't had a shave for about 3 weeks, and he just got humped 4-0 at St James Park.
Yeah.
But the trouble is with Tottenham, they play such a high line, and their fullbacks bomb forward. There's always space behind them, and they just get caught out. Where Conte, when he had them, he was a bit more. You get everyone behind the ball, which they didn't like because they like to play. The crowd like watching Tottenham play, but yeah, I think Man City would be too good for Tottenham, and I can't see Brighton getting anything out of Man City. I'm picking Man City to win it. So
yeah, it's in their hands, I think.
But you're a Liverpool man.
I am, and all we can do.
Well, he'd already written them off though.
Yeah, all we can do.
Both him and Stu last week. We're out.
Keep trying to win games, but yeah, Man City know how to win, and they don't really bottle it too often, to be honest.
Bottom of the table, so we've got Sheffield.
Well, they're gone, mate.
I still pick them to beat United.
Let's hope.
Is that right?
Yeah, Sheffield United beat United. Yeah,
Geezer's going
to have 1-0.
Geezer's going to have to go.
Yeah, what they'll win. Sheffield United
Burnley's.
Well, they've got a sniff now.
Yeah, they have. I was just looking at those points, thinking, geez, they're not too far behind. And even Luton. Well, Luton's definitely not.
I actually thought Man United had Burnley this weekend because Burnley's got to go to Old Trafford, but you've got Sheffield United.
Yeah,
that's tomorrow, isn't it? These games.
Yes, tomorrow, and then they've got Burnley.
Then they've got Burnley this weekend. Yeah,
this weekend.
Yeah.
Well, they could lose both of them.
Yeah. The other thing is, is Forest going to get any more points deducted before the end of the season?
Yeah,
because they're still being investigated, aren't they?
That's right.
So you just don't know. I think Everton have done. I think they can't take it.
And they kind of they've been performing well, but then they've had a couple of hiccups too, haven't they? So
I feel sorry for those teams. That sort of thing going on. You're losing points.
A Man City have got 155 cases and not 1 point taken off them. It's absolute crazy.
So what happens? Do they get if they've found out to be guilty? Will they be stripped of all their titles?
The trouble with Man City,
they lawyer up.
They can't find that they'll be guilty. They're just assuming all this sort of thing, but they can't prove it. Where Everton and
Forest have been transparent.
They've come out and said, "Yeah, we've done that. Sorry, leave us alone." Oh no, Premier League's gone whack. Leicester's got to try and get up. They get promoted. They're going to lose points next year because they've been rotting the system.
Crazy.
It's sort of. Oh, look, I don't know. It's
Okay, so Leeds. What's happening there? Update on Leeds.
Going up.
Yeah, I don't know. I see. Well, this morning, Southampton could have done them a favour, but they got humped 5-0. Leeds have got QPR away Saturday morning, and then they've got Southampton home following with. If they win those two games, I reckon Ipswich will drop points. Yep. They'll go up. But
So what's the table like at the moment?
So Leicester are pretty much up. I think.
Yeah, they're 4 points clear of Leeds and 5 points clear of Ipswich.
And Ipswich have a game in hand.
Yeah.
Are third at the moment.
I think Southampton handed them the title this morning. I can't see Leicester blowing it from here.
Yeah.
Ipswich's got to go to Hull. They've got Coventry they're playing. I think they've got Huddersfield.
Yeah, the Coventry one's a tough one.
Yeah.
Coventry are doing well at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And can still make playoffs. Coventry.
Yeah.
They'll need to win.
Yeah. No, it's been a good contest, that one. But no, Leeds had a bit of a shocker this year. We sort of like last week, lost to Blackburn at home, and then he didn't change the team. He kept on playing Bamford, who does my head in, because he cost us Premier League last year. He missed crucial goals and a couple of penalties. And I feel sorry for the guy because I'm surprised he didn't get lynched by the mob in Leeds, but he got death threats at his house and stuff like that, which I don't condone.
Yeah.
But, when the pressure's on, son, you've got to deliver. But, look, Somerville's got player of the year. He's a good young side. I'd like to see them go up because they can hang on to that squad and bring a few players in.
Yeah.
And you need teams like Leeds. They're a big club.
Yeah, and that's what you look at. It's good to see. I was looking at the table this morning. You've got the top of it: Leeds, Leicester, Southampton, Ipswich. I think West Brom are in there as well.
Norwich.
They're all old Premier League teams.
Yeah.
And it's good to see them up that end of the
table.
Well,
I kind of, not that I want it at Bridie's expense, but it was nice to see Ipswich.
Back up there,
their name in the mix because
they went back down to League Two.
Geez, how far did they go down?
League Two, I think they ended up.
Yeah. So, but remember the old days of Ipswich, good side. So yeah. But anyway, let's cross fingers, Bridie, and hopefully they can do the job. Thank you very much for coming in once again, mate. Good to see you here. And don't be a stranger. Come back.
Can I have a moan?
Yeah, well, yes, you can have a moan. Yes.
I'm just disappointed with Nelson City Council and Almac about the state of our grounds in town. I go out to Jubilee Park, it's green. I go to Saxon's, it's green. Our place is a desert. Nothing's been done there. And I actually said to Francis Meat Show, we had our coaches meeting a couple of Mondays ago, just the first year, they've never watered our training pitch or Guppy Park. And it's just, I've got guys getting injured all the time. Nothing against Saxton's. Beautiful out there, isn't it?
Yeah, we're very lucky. Groundsmen have done a great job there, to be honest.
Nothing down at Neil Park. You want to see it, mate. It's bare.
Yeah,
it looks bad at the best of times, but it's even worse this year.
We spoke about it in one of the podcasts after the Callum's tournament.
Yeah.
How dangerous it was near the end of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just disappoints me. And I don't know, council, but just Trafalgar Park's just none. All this work goes into it. They have one game of rugby there every week, and it's just, Neil Park's just been neglected, and it shouldn't be like that. It's very, very, it's poor.
They're doing some work on the rugby pitch, aren't they, in the corner?
I think Tasman Rugby Union are doing that. They found some dirt from somewhere.
Right, okay. Because they did see some fences and stuff up.
Yeah, but that should have been done in spring. And why don't you do our training pitch? Because,
they're driving across your
It's crazy.
They're driving across it.
Yeah. It's crazy. I look at your facilities out there and I look at what we've got, and it's like, no wonder we can't attract players. But even though we actually do all right, but it's just, it could be a lot better for us. But
new club rooms in the
there's a lot of movement we're looking at merging, not merging, but working with Nelson Rugby Club and the Maoris, Shane Graham, and looking at the Maori Trust coming in and redeveloping down North Road. And there's always the talk of lots of the artificial going down at Guppy. So yeah, there's things in the pipeline, but that's a bit of a pipe dream. But I just want to have fields get watered so people don't get injured, and they all pay their subs.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Good comment. Thank you very much. All right. And that's it actually for a couple of weeks, because
you're off on holiday.
I was going to say one of us is going off on holiday, but you've found me out. You just sounded me straight. You dropped me straight into it.
So where are you going, son?
I'm going to Brisbane.
Wow.
And then we're going out to Mooloolaba.
Nice.
And going to have a look around Noosa.
Lovely.
And then we're driving back past the Surfers Paradise, and then down to Coffs. Have you ever been to Coffs Harbour? That's just a stopover, really. But I
know there's a racetrack there.
Yeah, and there's a big they have a lot of touch football tournaments. There's a big sports facility there.
Cool.
I'd imagine they'd probably have football tournaments there. There's massive.
I think Fox Stockmakers. Oh no, sorry, he's in Byron Bay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
well, we're going to be going through.
Going past. You're driving down the coast.
Is that where Slotsy is?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He'll be having a
Isn't
coffee somewhere over there. Yeah,
Bump into him.
Coffee shop. He'll be there.
Oh no, Slotsy's back. He's back in town. He's bought land down the Sounds. He's
back.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Sounds football team. Then they might be making a comeback at some point, and then arrive to Sydney, and then home. But hope on Saturday night potentially the Blues and the Reds, because that's on.
Oh, you're gonna go.
I haven't passed this past my partner.
Oh, yep.
And then we've got a long drive from Coffs Harbour through to Sydney. But on the way we go through Newcastle, and the Warriors are playing Newcastle. Oh. So I said to her, "Can we stop up at 4:00 and watch
the rugby?"
Look, mate.
So that might be on
when you're on vacation like that. If you get an opportunity to watch any sort of sport,
yeah,
it's New Zealand team. You should be supporting us.
Yeah. Well, I remember we were in Melbourne, and I said I'd love to go to the MCG, and on the last day she goes, "Do you want to go to the MCG?" And I said, "Yeah, that'd be fantastic." I'd never been to the MCG.
You didn't go to an Aussie Rules game, did
well,
you?
yeah, but
they're mad.
That was the only thing that was on. It was Essendon and North Melbourne or something like that, and it was only about half full, but it was still
mad.
And there was bars on every floor. Is it? And she thought because nearby at Amy Park they're having the A-League, so she thought we were going to go and see two A-League football teams, but it turned out to be an Aussie rule game. And then at quarter time she goes, "Is that half time?" I said,
no, they go long.
AFL games are about 3 hours.
I was going to say it's quite long.
And she was going, "Is this over yet?"
Yeah.
But anyway, I can tick that box. I'd been to the MTV.
Awesome. Yeah,
that was all I wanted to do.
Yeah, I went and watched Liverpool there, and then I went and watched the Black Caps against Australia.
Oh, wow.
Boxing Day test. Brilliant.
I went there 98 for the first All Blacks Australian test.
Oh, awesome.
I can't remember the end.
There's bars on every floor. Isn't
Oh,
there?
it's packed. It's yeah.
And I can imagine what it'd be like with 100,000 people in there. It'd just be, you
Yeah.
know,
Well, there's 98,000.
magnificent.
There was just under 100,000 for that game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jonah
Yeah.
Lomu, Jeff Wilson, that was out here.
But if I do manage to catch the Warriors against Newcastle, I think that would be a good atmosphere. Definitely won't be wearing my colours in Newcastle.
No, it's a bit rough up that end.
Yeah. Steel town. All right. Thanks very much. Come back anytime Friday. Be good to see you here, mate.
Yeah, no problem. You just let me know if you're short.
Yeah.
But you've got a couple of weeks off anyway. So.
We do. So we'll be back on the 15th. My thanks to our venue sponsor, the Turf Hotel. Good luck, Stan, with these Hot Wings Challenge.
Good luck. Yeah.
Paul Brydon and Ryan Skippy Stewart. Good luck this weekend, mate.
Thank you.
And of course, George and the team at Bayes Joinery for their support. You can catch this and other podcasts on nbstalknelson.co.nz, our social media channels, and on Spotify on NBS Talk Nelson. And we'll see you again on the 15th on the Bayes Joinery Football Focus.
What's on, where, and when. It's the Talk of Nelson. NBS Talk Nelson.